As a way of saying thank you for all their hard work during Hurricane Irma, the superintendent arranged a party last night at MTI for all the shelter workers, including a special surprise appearance.
Escorted by our own superintendent, Dr. Heidi Mayer, would you make welcome Marion County's most famous resident, Mr. John Travolta.
Well, I am so pleased to be here tonight. It was supposed to be a surprise, was it? Yeah. Okay, good. I can't tell you how much that means to everyone. So I hope the evening was a good one for you, and you're eating, and listening to music, and having a blast. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It began last year with our first book, our first school-wide read, and we did The Revealers. And this year we used the book Wonder, and our initiative we call One School, One Book, One Message. And that message that we're focusing on this year is kindness. The book Wonder really emulates the values that we want to instill in our students. Several of our students on campus, and we have one specifically who has a condition, which is a genetic disorder causing some unique facial features, and so the students are easily able to relate the character Augie in the book Wonder to someone that they come in contact with and interact with on a regular basis. Developing students who are empathetic towards others is definitely one of the goals of the project. We have a built-in literacy time each day. They can choose whether to read aloud to their students, or they can show our video guest reader. And we've had numerous guest readers from on our campus and outside of our campus.
That's the end of chapter 7. Thank you. It was a pleasure to read with you.
We hope that by providing the teachers with a resource guide, they're able to really use that literacy block of time for some real quality teaching. And we have teachers who are even going outside of the resource guide. For instance, we have a teacher who they're developing character kids, and they're actually creating little paper dolls, if you will, and they're delving deep into the characters themselves and really analyzing what makes them tick. Each week we focus on a different character trait, such as empathy, genuine, benevolence. We post it in the media center and define them for the students, because many of these words are hard for them to grasp if they have not heard them before. And then we ask them to look for students on campus who are demonstrating those character traits, and they write a little message recognizing the student and what they have done that shows demonstration of that character trait, and they bring it into the media center and put it in our little kindness box, and then those cards get posted on the kindness wall for all to see in the cafeteria. When we chose the book Wonder and the message that we wanted to instill with our students, we developed a pacing guide, and we started right after school began, and so the pacing guide has brought us to this point. We're almost finished with the book, and we will finish it next Thursday, and the movie premiere and the opening weekend begins that Friday before Thanksgiving. And Fandango or Filmraiser is offering $1 for every ticket sold for opening weekend for any of the showings. We are hoping that that will allow us to help purchase the book for next year to continue our initiative of acceptance and kindness on our campus.
New to athletics in Marion County Public Schools this year is a change to our Marion County Interscholastic Athletic Conference in the way we determine champions. We had to make a change regarding team sports tournaments. Coaches felt like they were losing a couple of ball games a year, and the time of year that we were doing them towards district tournaments were just having a little more negative impact than what we thought they may. So in turn, this year we created Preseason Classics for all of our team sports, and over the last couple of weeks we've had girls and boys soccer preseason classics this week going on at both Westport and North Marion High School or girls basketball, and next week on Monday and Tuesday boys basketball will have their preseason classics at both Lake Weir and Vanguard High School.
The school board meets the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, almost without exception. Almost. Because the Florida School Board Association's annual conference is November 28th through December 1st, the second meeting of this month has been moved up a week to the 21st. It will be at the normal time, 5:30, although the board will also have its annual organizational meeting that morning at 11.
The Public Education Foundation first brought Zeta Hallam and I together almost 17 years ago when she served as an intern in my kindergarten classroom. At that time, Zeta was a recipient of a Teacher to Be scholarship from the foundation.
I had a few other financial aid or scholarships or what have you, so it took care of my classes. However, with the Teacher to Be money, I was able to pay for my books, just about all of my books. So that is what allowed me to take the classes that I needed and pay for, so I didn't really have to pay too much out of pocket at all. And I have my oldest daughter she's a 12th grader now, so at the time I had to pay daycare. So it was like, do I take classes or do I pay for daycare? Well, I had to pay for daycare. So the Teacher to Be scholarship really allowed me to not stress and put that money towards school and being able to complete my dream. I have wanted to teach since I think I was probably in 1st or 2nd grade. I graduated from Belleview High School, and as soon as I finished high school, I started teaching as a paraprofessional at Romeo Elementary. And it was shortly after working as a para I was able to receive the Teacher to Be scholarship, which allowed me to pay for my books, and it just helped me continue and achieve the dream of being able to teach a lot faster. I would have probably had to cut back a class had I not been able to receive that scholarship, so it was a blessing.
I'm not the only person in the district. She is known in different roles.
Teaching here in Marion County, which I graduated from Marion County, I went to school with teachers who are now administrators, and so it's kind of coming full circle. My second job, I worked at Saddlewood Elementary, and Mr. Livingston was my principal in high school, and he was my boss at as a para at Saddlewood. So when I see that, when I get to talk to teachers who were my teachers and say, hey, look, you were there for me, and look, now I get to be there for other kids. That is amazing. It's a big deal.
Thanks to the Public Education Foundation, our paths have crossed again. Zeta will be representing her school, Hammett Bowen, as Teacher of the Year. And although she was not one of the 16 teachers to progress to the interview phase of the process, I am still excited that she'll be representing Hammett Bowen. We'll be surprising this year's crop of Golden Apple teachers in their classroom with surprise visits in January, and it all culminates at the Golden Apple Gala on January 26th.
At Harborview Vehicle Day, we've changed a little bit, and we're calling it Cruising with Careers because we're really focusing on those careers in our outside day. Harborview is a gem that a lot of people don't know about, so just inviting these agencies to be a part of our school was great too. They didn't even know where we were, and giving them the chance to come out here has really brought buy-in with our community stakeholders. Because we are a little bit out there, Harborview is a drive, it's hard to get these opportunities to the students out here. So bringing it to them, these kids are so excited. The first vehicle that rolled in was the Animal Services truck. And if that had been the only vehicle here, they would have been through the roof, the kiddos, when they saw that. But then when all these other agencies kept rolling in, the kids were so excited. And just every age group from pre-K all the way to 5th grade has just had a smile on their face the whole time that they're out here. The teachers are just talking about how great it is, how they want to maintain this tradition. And the agency's interactions too. They didn't even know where we were. OPD knew where we were but has never made the trek out here, and all of the officers have said how respectful our kids are and how interactive they are, and it's just exciting to be working with them one-on-one. It's very important for the students to bridge that gap, that they're understanding what is around them. It's more than I want to be a doctor or I want to be a lawyer. If they want to work for Animal Services or the Sanitation Division, that's okay. It's a passion that calls them. But also encouraging those students that any field that they choose that's out here today that's represented has some form of classification or education that backs that up, such as a CDL or a technical college piece, but really driving that home with the students from elementary school so that they're understanding that their education is important, being here every day is important, just like these employees have to be at work every day and on time. I am as excited as them. I think I love Vehicle Day so much just because I love exploring these vehicles just like they do. But I've heard at least a dozen kids say that they want to be a police officer now. 2 or 3 more have said that they want to drive a dump truck. One was working hands-on with the animal services, asking what she needed to do to get that job. So just hearing students take such a buy-in in their education and know that all these opportunities are around them, it makes me so excited that our kids they're in it for the long haul and they're enjoying being at school and wanting to come to school.